Hi everyone, this is Roger. Bonjour tout le monde, c'est Roger. Hello, my search for Pegasus taking places I never thought I'd be, and here I am, Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Hey, good morning everyone, bonjour tout le monde. As I said last night, in my search of Pegasus, I'm going to end up in places that I've never thought I would end up before. And this brings me to a place called Shiloh, Manitoba. Yep, indeed, Shiloh, Manitoba. Alors j'avais dit que ma recherche de Pegasus m'amènerait à des endroits où j'avais pas planifié que je retrouverais. Alors voici, ce matin, je m'en vais à la base de Shiloh, Manitoba.
Windy this morning, by the way. Hey, je viens d'arriver au musée. Il fait moins 20 ici à Shiloh. Il faisait plus 3 quand je suis parti d'Ottawa hier. It was like plus 3 when I left Ottawa yesterday. It's 20 below here in Shiloh. But it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. And I can't wait to meet and learn. I'm going to learn today. We're going to learn a lot about the history of the airborne gunners. Okay.
The RC Museum includes the history of the complete artillery regiments over the history of Canada from 1855 to current present day. And we incorporate, as part of that history, the history of the airborne gunners and their contributions since the Second World War. The training tower was set up for the parachute regiments in Shiloh. It was 210 feet tall. They would attach the parachute to back of the paratrooper who was being trained, and they would lift him up the tower, and then he would just basically hang there until the mechanism was released and he dropped slowly to the ground. And it was slowly to the ground. And it was to mimic what would happen to him after his parachute opened and what the drop to the ground would feel like.
I took my jump course in Rivers in 1968. We did the mock tower, and we did a lot of running. And then we came to Shiloh to do the high tower. The funny thing about that, I was they took me up in the rings, and we went right to the top, and then left me there. They said, "We got to go for coffee." I said, "Holy jeez!" So away they went, and I was there looking around and said, "Well, look out! How am I going to amuse myself?" So I looked over, and there were guys playing golf. So sat up there and swung around and watched them play golf. Then they come back and said, "Oh, geez, we forgot all about you." I said, "Thanks a lot." Our main role is just in the Canadian Artillery is to support the infantryers when they put in attacks and that, and give them moral support and make sure that the enemy's head is down so they can't shoot back at our own troops. But we have to, before we support the infantry, we get ready the same as they do. They pack their mortars up and their machine guns. We pack our guns up, put ammunition on our pallets, and we lash it down. So when we load them on the aircraft on Hertz, we load on the same plane as our guns. And we're at 1,000 feet or 600 feet. It's a technical jump. The guns go out first, and they're gone, and we come out after them. Then we get to the ground. We de-rig our guns and everything. Get our ammunition prepared and ready for our target to support the infantry, whatever they have to neutralize.
Attack controller is the integration of indirect fire and air support with the ground maneuver elements. It predominantly involves advising the ground commander on the best employment of indirect and airborne fire, aerial delivered fires, as well as liaising with the aircraft and artillery on those radios.
Sergeant Richard Moran, and I'm currently serving in 1 RCHA and C Battery under the STA Battery, the Surveillance and Target Acquisition side of the artillery. Support in the surveillance and target acquisition world, my capability was a UAV, which is an unmanned air vehicle.
What inspired me to become an airborne gunner is the legacy that was left by airborne troops of the past. Their bravery and exemplary performance inspired me to follow in their footsteps.
Well, hi guys. You know, I had a wonderful morning here at the Shiloh Museum, the airborne, and with the airborne gunners, and with Kathleen, Ed, Rick, and all the other guys there that were so generous in all their information and all their comments, and sharing their experience, sharing how the love they have, the pride they have to be airborne soldiers, you know. My trip today before paying a little visit to 2VP lines. Thanks for the visit, guys. It was very appreciated. And also pay my respect to Scott Shipway, my dear friend who died in Afghanistan. Everybody knows a lot of people like from the Patricias. You remember Scott, and well, man, it's kind of amazing that I'm here today doing a story about the airborne gunners. You know, because Scott, when I met Scott the first time, and when we were friends the first time, he was a airborne gunner. So, and then he became a Patricia. So really, it's amazing that I'm here today, and having a chance also to remember him and spend the time in the lines where he was before he was deployed to Afghanistan and never came back. So I got to tell you a little story about how we met, because it's too funny. I was a jump master dispatching the troops there on the Talix, doing in-flight dressing, winter in-flight dressing with tactical contour flying, the whole 9 yards. We left from Trenton and going to Petawawa. I'm the jump master doing all my checks, and it happened to be that for that jump, I had taken a big freaking lunch. And so anyway, we go up and we start contour flying, get the guys dressed up in the plane and do the checks. And I start to puke, and I'm puking and filling bags, one bag after the other. When I get to Scott, I'm doing the check of his the back of his parachute there, the static line, and he's turned and looking through the little round window, and I puked all over his parka, all over his parachute, man. That was everywhere. So I didn't know him. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, buddy," and I dispatched him back in the drop zone. We never thought anything of it after that. A few years later, I rebadged PPCLI. I end up in one PPCLI lines are in Calgary. The first morning, I opened the door to that hangar going to the battalion lines. First guy I meet, like at the other end of the hangar, he goes, "Yo there!" I said, "Yeah, what me? What did I do? What did I do? I just got here, man. I didn't do anything." He's running at me. He goes, You owe me a dry cleaner." A dry cleaner? What the fuck are you talking about? He goes, "Yeah." He said, "You puked all over my chute there." "Oh, that was you." So, and after that we became best of friends. So we became best of friends, and you know, and the story goes, and I had the privilege to be at his repatriation when he came back and meet his parents. And he's always going to be a close friend and close in my memories. Yeah, that's what life is about, making friends, brothers forever, even beyond. Like, you know what? I'm not going to translate this one in French. I'm just going to, everything is subtitled, and Now I'm going to make my way to Winnipeg, back to see one of my friends over there too, Padre Olive. And that will wrap up my trip to Manitoba. Thanks for watching. Okay, stay tuned for more stuff to come. It's always it's a great experience for me to do this, and I hope you enjoy the experience as much as I do. Till next clip, stay well. Cheers, Airborne.